Welcome to Scott's Boring Life. I'm Scott. It's January 26th. We haven't spoken in a while. I thought I'd check in on you. Let's jump right into it. Let's backtrack a little bit. I'm going to take us back just before Christmas. Yeah, I know that kind of dates this a little bit. A lot's happened since then. Oh my God. A lot has happened. But just bear with me. And we'll scoot on up to the present time. And then maybe we'll go into the future. Anyway, moving along. Before Christmas, I was in the grocery store and I was in the lineup. I live in a small town, so anytime you're in the grocery store, you're going to see people you know, which is fine. Not a problem. Anyway, I saw a woman that's about my age, maybe a little bit older, who is a mother with young children. I used to own a restaurant in town, and they would come by, and I had a friendly relationship, so I was happy to be stuck in line at the grocery store with her and her family. So we catch up. Idle chit-chat, if you will. And it's before Christmas, and there's young kids, and I thought a good topic of conversation would be Santa Claus. Is he coming? So, is Santa Claus coming, I ask. And she says, we don't participate in that. You don't participate in that? What do you mean? No, she said, that's, when you think about it, it's a really strange and mean thing to do. And we thought, you know what? No. We don't do that with our kids. We let them know right away it's all nonsense because they're going to hear about it at school, of course. You can't shield them entirely from the myth of Santa Claus, but they don't, they decided to tell them right away that it's nonsense, it's not real. And I thought, my God, what a concept. And I responded honestly in the moment that maybe that's a good idea. Good for you. Good for you. Looked down at the kid. I almost wanted to tell him that Santa Claus isn't real, just to confirm what his mom has been telling him. But I didn't. Idle chit-chat was over, and I get in my car and I drive home. And on the way home, I kept on running through my head the concept of telling a child right away that Santa Claus is not real, whole thing, nonsense. And I told her at the time, I thought that's a progressive, good independent thinking. Why not? And I was honest when I said that, but on my way home, I started to have a change in heart. And I remembered the moment, actually, when I was a child, and I learned that Santa Claus wasn't real. It was crushing. Can you remember the moment? A lot of people can't remember the moment, or at least they say they can't. I think it's several moments. I think there's a moment with your peers, with your friends, that you're very young, and some of the kids are saying, of course, Santa Claus isn't real. Some say it is. They are, and there's a bit of controversy in the schoolyard. And the teachers kind of confirm it is that Santa Claus is real, but they say it in this odd tone with a tilt of their head that, what are you telling me here, teacher? You're saying one thing, but your body language is telling me something different. And of course, it's your parents when you get home. They're the big, that's the big one. So it could be a bit of a series of things. But I remember the moment. It was crushing. And I thought, well, why would you want to put your kid through that? And I thought, no, that's exactly why you put your kid through that. And I'm not a family man. I don't have any kids. But I thought if I did, I would certainly tell him Santa Claus is real and Easter Bunny too. All of it. You know why? Because I think the whole idea of Santa Claus is to build something up, and it's your first time you're crushed. And you're going to have a life full of these moments of being crushed. And why not kind of build it in to childhood and that's Santa Claus. I think the whole purpose of them is to crush the child's spirit and prepare them to be adults who have spirits that are crushed daily. Yeah. Stick with me. I'm not a family man. I don't have kids. But if I did, I certainly would say Santa Claus is real. And I'd build it up. Oh my Lord. When I think about Santa Claus himself, he's kind of like God, right? This guy up in the sky with the big white beard. He represents love in the red suit. He judges you. Good, he knows if you've been bad or good and evil. It's kind of like this cartoonish godlike thing. And he drill it into your kids' heads and even put the name Santa on the presents. What I would do is like a year before you're supposed to tell them, so they're really vulnerable, I'd build it up and up and up more than anybody on the street. I'd tell that I'd pay the Santa Claus, the perfect one to come in, and I would do a thing where when the kid's sleeping, I'd helicopter him in, get him rappel off the roof, so there's no doubt in my kid's mind that Santa Claus is real. My child would be good because he knows he's being watched. And he'd believe in the magic of life because of Santa Claus. And I'd really drive it home until that day. And I'd do it on Christmas morning. I wouldn't do it some summer afternoon where I thought it was the most, easiest time to do it, where he could handle it. I would do it Christmas morning. Right when he has that glint in his eye and he's looking under the tree and he's looking at the cookies that are half eaten. That's when I'd do it. I'd sit him down. I'd say, "Sit down, Timmy. There's something we got to talk about." And he'd sit down, look up at me. And I'd tell him, "Timmy, this whole Santa Claus thing, it's bullshit. It's not real. It's not real. I paid somebody to dress up in a suit and come by this house. I ate those cookies." That's right. And this feeling that you're having right now, it's just the beginning of it, but it's going to get deeper and deeper as we talk. You're going to realize, Timmy, that it's all shit. There's no Santa Claus. And you were stupid for thinking it's real. Think about it for a second, Timmy. For one goddamn minute, Timmy. Use your fucking head. Is Santa Claus real? Huh? Do you really think that? I mean, a guy flying in the sky? Think of the logistics of it, Timmy. You fucking idiot. And you know you're dumb for thinking it's real. Yeah, let it sink in. I'm your father. I'm telling you, you're stupid for thinking Santa Claus is real, and deep down you know, Timmy, you know you are. Deep down you knew it wasn't real. Look at you now. Hey, the tears flowing down your face, you feel that? You feel that despair in your heart? Feel it. And I'd look at Timmy in the eye, and I would take the little presents that I had that said Santa on them, and I'd punt them like a football, and I'd kick them far out the window, and I'd watch him watch those presents disappear. And I'd say, "Timmy, this is just the beginning. You're gonna find out true love. It ain't real. It's gonna crush you. Those dreams you have of being an astronaut, being a singer. Timmy, I've heard you sing your shit. You're not smart enough to be an astronaut. You're gonna get crushed. You want to be tall and handsome? Timmy, you're short and you're kind of funny looking. It's not gonna happen. This is the beginning of a series of heartbreaking moments. And now you're ready. Now you're ready, Timmy, because when they come, you'll be stronger than the rest of them. I'm doing this for you, Timmy." Now I'd look him right in the eye, which would be red and full of tears. He'd be shaking. And I'd say, "Merry fucking Christmas." So this may surprise you, but I've decided, my wife and we've decided together that we wouldn't have kids. Maybe we're not suited for the position. I don't know. But that's the decision we've made. And that's all good. So we don't have to worry about that scenario playing out, do we? But I'll tell you, it stuck with me when that lady said that, and I thought about Santa Claus and the whole bit, and, well, something to it, man. I think there's a reason for the whole Santa Claus thing, and I think the whole reason is to have your first crushing moment. Anyway, moving right along. I just thought I'd check in on this podcast. You got to stick with things. I'm sticking with this. It's been a while, and I thought I'd catch up. So, what have I been doing? Well, I'm still writing that bloody book. I was rolling pretty good for a while. The holidays came and really took me out of it. The holidays come, you're kind of drunk and fat for 3 weeks or something. And you nurse yourself back to health, and here I am. So, trying to walk the line. Not easy. So, but I've been doing it. I'm at about 53,000 words, which should be about halfway, but I don't think it is. I think it's going to be a very long book. It's turning into a very provocative book that's going to offend a lot of people, which is cool. Hey, I think if I'm just letting, you got to let it write itself, and it gets a little offensive if it goes there. I'm not gonna pump the brakes. Let it go where it needs to go. So that's good. When is it going to be done? Fuck, I don't know. We're January 25th. Oh, I thought it'd be done by now, to be honest with you. But I think another month. I think the end of February. I'm doing we tried to do sober January. Almost made it. Not really. But here we're trying again. We're kind of restarting. And so we're going to be, I find when we're sober and eating well and have a real routine, well, when work gets done, and quality work as well. I run a B&B. I don't think I mentioned that to you. We built a modern little cabin, about 600 square feet, and we rent it out. We've just started that January 1st, and it's going really well. It's like anything, it's a little bit more work than I thought, but that's okay. I'm enjoying it. I write in the mornings. As the day progresses, I become more and more useless creatively. I get dumber as the day goes on. So I got a few hours in the morning before I remember I'm dumb. Something like that, man. Yeah. I wake up in the morning and I forgot that I'm dumb. I'm a dumb guy. I forget. I'm so dumb, I forget I'm dumb. So I wake up in the morning and I don't check. I'm not on social media anymore, so that's a trick too. But we'll get into that later. It's very distracting. But I get up in the morning, have my coffee, get back into writing where I left off yesterday. 3 hours, from 7:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., something like that, a couple hours. And to 10 a.m., actually, that's when I stop. And I forget that I'm a dumb guy, and I'm rolling. I'm in it. Just uninhibited, writing itself. And around 10 a.m. rolls around, I'm like, what the oh yeah. I'm dumb. Well, save, close the computer, and then I go on for the rest of my day. And what the rest of the day consists of now is running the B&B, which is it's a good time. That's stupid. That just rolled off the tongue. It's a good time. It is. It gives me structure. My personality does lend itself to that kind of thing. Customer service. I like providing a good service. It's coming out really bad. Look, I enjoy it. I think I'm good at it. And it's going really well so far. It's lucrative. It's why not? I don't see why we wouldn't do it. So we're going to continue with that for a little while. If you're into it, if you're hearing this and you say, hey, I want to know more about this, it's called Raven Ridge on Salt Spring Island. Check it out, man. It won't last forever because we might be moving in there ourselves. But boy, oh boy, is the future ever uncertain. My wife and I kind of live our lives like I write my books in the morning. We just kind of let it write itself. Try to be as honest as we can, and so we don't plan too far ahead. And our lives will write itself. And so far, it's been an interesting story, man. So anyway, I don't think I ever shared that with you. This has been, God, 2 years in the making. It took quite a while to build it. And it's a pretty extraordinary little place. So if you want to look it up, do it. Raven Ridge on Salt Spring Island. And stay there. And I'll be the guy that cleans up the place and sets it up and puts a fire in the stove and writes you a nice little letter. And I even bake bread and leave a bottle of wine. I really go all out, man. Why not? A lot of people find it's funny, that type of work. A lot of people find it beneath them. But I think to serve and to is good. Like I don't think it's beneath me at all. I think it's a really good thing to do to the world. I don't know. You're doing something like that anyway. Moving along. All right. So about distractions, and I quit social media. Oh, so I went back on it, which was weird, man. First of all, going back, it's kind of like when you leave a workplace or something, and you leave for a while, and then you go back. Well, it's not exactly what it was when you left. Some people left too. There's new people that got hired. Somebody got promoted. Somebody got demoted. Somebody got in trouble. Everybody's a little older. Life happened for them. So it's actually a different place. So when you leave social media especially for a while, and you go back, it's not the same place that you left. So that's something I noticed. And it's hugely distracting for me. So I got on, I got to get in touch with people that I only talk to through social media. So that's kind of nice. So I like that. And I try to, give some my email or something and let them know I'll be peacing out again. What I still don't do is send a message, say, hey guys, so I'm taking a break from social media. Just go. Just ghost. When you're going to ghost from a party, just leave without saying goodbye. That's what you should do. So I'm off it again. It's only been, I don't know, 4 days. But hey, man, it's only been 4 days, and I'm speaking to you now I wrote more today than I'm back into it. And I did my workout routine. The house is tidy. All those little things. So that's also not drinking. But I mean, the social media thing it's a lot of your brain space, a lot of your CPU, a lot of your creative energy, and just your energy in general. It's not good. It's not. So I think it's something good to use, but don't be used by it. I don't know. Like, I'm going to have to sell this book when I finish. So I'm going to be fucking back on social media, of course. But then I'm, taking advantage of other people. They're not taking advantage of me. I'm taking their time. No, I don't know. But I tell you, I got a good idea to promote this book. Can I tell you? Are you still with me? I don't want this to drag along. I respect your time. I'm glad you're listening to me. If you want to tell me about yourself or what's going on, email me at scottmckenzie323@gmail.com. But anyway, what was I just saying before I went with the email thing? I was just saying something. Damn, I lost my train of thought. We were talking about the B&B, then we moved on to writing, social media, and then I lost my train of thought completely, man. I guess I could stop and go back, but I don't do that, as you know. Moving along. Yeah, I won't take up too much of your time. But But I'm glad you're listening. What else did I want to talk about? I mean, there's so much going on in the world, but that I think it's best not to talk about. But I mean, there's a few. I don't have any notes today, but one more thing. One more thing we can maybe graze upon before we wish each other a good day and say goodbye for now. I haven't been playing music. I bang on the drums every now and then, but that's more of just like a physical release or something. I enjoy that, and it's short and sweet. The acoustic drums are beside me right now. It's fun. Just get on them and bang the shit out of them. But to like write a song, pick up my guitar and the whole bit, oh my god, it's drifting away. And it's not the first time that's happened. This is the third time it's happened. First time it happened, I had to kind of force myself to get back into it. The second time, I had, and what I did the first time is I just forced myself in the evening, just pick it up for 20 minutes and give yourself a week or two, or I think it was more than that, like a month of just most evenings, just, make a little noise. And then if after a month you're still not into it, okay, maybe you've grown out of it, or, as you age, your things change. So I think it's okay. Maybe that's happening. I mean, I'm 40, in my 40th year anyway. But I got back into it in a real way, and it was really genuine. The second time it happened was the beginning of the pandemic. We left for such a long time. When I travel, I don't play, so we left for a very long time. And we came back in March, beginning of the pandemic. I mean, not very inspiring. But I forced myself, and it was forced. And those songs are on. They weren't real songs really. They're just kind of like, I don't know what they were. But they're on the podcast. So I did 3 or 4 of them, and I put them up on the podcast. So, and here we are in the third time where I'm looking at my amp and my guitar pedals and my guitar. I just not drawn to it at all. And I think, I don't know. What's up with that? I mean, in the morning, I have to, like I said, in the morning, I have to write. I need to finish this book. Oh, I remember what I was going to say before, and I forgot my train of thought. The book, how I'm going to promote it. I'm going to promote it in a really unique way. I'm going to make it seem like I'm selling an app, because actually the book is called Killer New App. And the whole theme of the book is about this app, that you download on your phone that manipulates you and kills you. It's a lot more to it than that, but that's the gimmick. So I thought, instead of me, talking to the camera, say, please buy my book, I'm going to do an ads for this killer new app. And it's like a GPS app for your life. The first GPS app for your life, not directions for your car where you're going, directions for your life. Sometimes it'll tell you to get in your car and drive. Sometimes it'll tell you to move, to change your relationship, change your job. Sometimes it will tell you the most odd thing. Get on a plane and go to this place. And if you just do what it says, your life will be perfect. A GPS app for your life. It'll tell you what to do. Anyway, it's called Killer New App, and I'm going to sell this app. And whenever people click on it, it will go to my book. So that's my idea. I'm glad I remembered that. Now I forget the thing I was talking about just a moment ago, though. Anyway, it's good to talk. Thanks for listening. I'm starting to get a little all over the place here. Yeah, my train of thought is I'm not the sharpest. See, it's past the way in the afternoon now, and I realized I'm a dumb guy. If we do this in the morning, boy, oh boy, it's like I'm a different guy. I'm brilliant. At least I think I am, and that's the trick. Anyway, I would love to hear from you. ScottMcKenzie323@gmail.com. And maybe I'll play music again one day. I hope so. But if I do, it's, I won't force it. And so the reason I'm not playing music is because in the morning I'm writing, and then I'm running a B&B. So I go over there. It takes a good 4 hours to clean the place between guests. And I have so I have two big properties that are needs maintaining, and there's always chores. And in my relationship in this household, I'm the guy that, makes dinner and gets the fire in the wood stove, just kind of makes a home. So I'm happy doing that, but that takes time and personal energy, let's face it. So there's not that space to fill right now. Once I finish the book, that'll be different. Although, of course, I have a long line of things I want to do creatively. Oh, one last thing I want to tell you, and I'll let you go. Thanks for hanging in there. Is I'm getting Uncharted Waters translated into French. Yeah, the book that I wrote, the last one, that's out that I released a year ago, Uncharted Waters. Uncharted Waters. I hope you've read it. If you haven't, please check it out. It's on Amazon. Uncharted Waters by Scott McKenzie. Anyway, it's going to be released in French. Very excited about that. Yeah. Anyway, I just a quick podcast here. I don't have any music to play. It's just me and you talking, and I appreciate you listening here on January 26th, 2021. I have an interview coming up with my buddy Greg, who is a musician, very smart guy, who that will probably be my next episode. Please tune into that one. All right.